All right, so about a week and a half ago, there was some information that came out about ESBC, about the release date, about major fighters coming, about potentially like another company signing on to publish ESBC. And it took me a little bit to actually like really decide to do a video on it. I really kind of wanted to do a little bit of additional like looking into certain things first before I actually kind of like address it a little bit. But do I believe that there's some truthfulness to it? Yes. But at the same time, I don't. So let's talk about it. All right, so for starters, I want to talk about the release date, specifically just the potential for the release date being pushed back. So for anybody who don't know, Brian Mazik, he is a writer for Forbes. Man's been writing video games, about sports games for Forbes for an extremely long time. As a matter of fact, he was one of the first people that I first saw writing about ESBC. And he's got a YouTube channel. You'll find the link down in the description, Unique Mazik. So about a week and a half ago, he was on his channel. He was talking about how he believes that the release date for ESBC will potentially be pushed back till May sometime, summer sometime of next year. So I wanted to talk about that because release date has been a big topic for a while now, of course, right? And I really wanted to think about it and really see if there's really going to be any truthfulness to whether ESBC could be pushed back or not. And I do believe that there is some semblance of truth to it, but I think it's actually deeper than that. So here's my thoughts. I'm gonna give you my perception on it, okay? We all know that Ryan Rhodes, who is a big part of the funding and development for the team. He's not all of it, of course, clearly, but he has a major piece in it, and he's got a lot to say about the success of the game and things like that. And I've expressed how I feel about Ryan Rhodes in previous videos. I am 100% under the impression that somebody like Ryan Rhodes would not come out and say that this game is going to drop sometime this year, end of the year, especially knowing his place, his part in all of this. They don't just do that type of stuff. They don't come out and just say those things willy-nilly like that, because there are too many people out there, too many companies, there are too many entities out there that are listening to the things that you are saying, and that type of stuff is important. So you have to watch what you say. So do I believe Ryan Rhodes when he says that the game is coming out later on this year? I do, 100%. But I think there is a divider there, okay? So we all know that originally that was supposed to be early access. In one of the most recent videos, SCI said, look, we've grown past early access. We ain't about that no more. We got too much money now to need early access. For anybody who don't understand that, early access is something that is usually meant for smaller indie companies. They use things like early access as a way to almost crowdfund. It's like you drop a game into early access, the game's probably not completely finished, but you allow people to play the game, you generate money, you generate revenue in order to actually finish the game. Well, SCI doesn't need that anymore. They have enough funding, they have enough partnerships, they have enough of all that stuff to basically say, we don't need that, we don't need to go that route anymore. We're really not indie, right? But then there comes the prediction from Ryan Rhodes that says this game is coming out later in the year. Now, we all know that they have already said that we're sticking to that target, right, of later in the year. And I believe that. But I think this is where the divider comes in. So I believe that the PC version will be ready by the end of the year. When in the end of the year, I don't know. But if you look at the speed of the development of the game itself, if you look at the things that we've seen so far, I believe this game could have been released already. And at this point, it really seems as though SCI is just putting a little bit of additional polish on it. And you can see that by the ways that they're going out on the ESBC channel, on the Twitter page, and they're putting out suggestions. Hey, how would you guys like to see the cameras? And I think they're just really kind of molding this thing a little bit more. But I think honestly, if they wanted to drop it, they probably could drop it right now and probably would be okay. But of course, you want to make sure that as much things are ironed out before you hit that target date. So again, do I believe that this game is probably going to drop in December? End of the year, November, December, somewhere around that time frame? I do. But I believe the PC version will be coming out then. Remember, PC was the primary focus for early access, not all platforms. Do I believe that we could see a console release sometime early to mid next year? 100%. I do believe that there's going to be a little bit of a hold date when it comes to the console versions. I believe the console versions are probably going to be a little bit more behind because, of course, everything gets ironed out on PC first, and then the conversions happen over to, your console. So, yes, I believe there was a little bit of truth, and I believe that needed to be clarified when the bold statement was put out there, the overarching statement that went out that said this game is not going to come out until next year. Now, I am going to address the potential publisher, but I want to wait until another video. So look, let's talk about it, all right? What do y'all think? Do y'all think everything is going to get pushed back until next year, PC and console? Do y'all think the game could be dropped right now if they wanted to? Would you want them to drop the game right now if they could? Or do you believe that the PC version is still going to hit the end of the year, 2021, and then consoles are going to come 5, 6, 7 months later? Look, let's talk about it down in the comments, man. You guys let me know what you think, and then we'll talk about it, all right? Look, like I tell y'all every time, appreciate y'all for coming back to the Coach's Corner. I'll catch y'all on the next one, all right? Peace.